Hi, Steve.
Oh, hey, Andy.
A lot of work for the Mahaffey team to do over the next 30 boards. I guess it's 45 boards, maybe. Do they have 3 more sets to go, or just 2 sets? With 3 spade losers and 6 diamonds to get rid of, this should go down 1 quickly. If a heart is led back, declarer can get 3 pitches, but that's still not enough. I can hear you, but very lightly, Steve.
How's this, Andy?
You're doing great now, Steve. Sounds good. This hand is starting to become a little bit awkward for Katz, who's running out of cards to lead here. It would have helped him immensely if Nickel had somehow overtake the 8 of spades and cash the king of diamonds. Still, there's not a whole lot that declare can Sam can do on this hand.
Sorry, Andy, I'm going to have to come back in. I'm frozen. I'll be right back.
Okay, Steve.
Hello, Andy.
Hi, Peter. How you doing?
Fine. I have a little bit computer problems, but I hope I can stay on.
I hope so, too. First board, a rather interesting 6-6 hand that they got all the way to 4 spades on that had no prayer. And this will be a straightforward 4-spade contract. You have a heart loser, 2 club losers, and a diamond loser to start with, so it probably should not succeed, but they do have to get the heart started in order to get the heart trick. And now it becomes a little more urgent to switch to a heart once North wins this trick. Since West is the dummy, it's a little bit easier, I think, to shift to a heart looking at that dummy. So Kat's taking some time here before he makes the finds the shift. He knows he can't continue with the clubs. And that will be the end of this hand. You're going to be able to cash out their 4 defensive tricks. North-South use standard carding, so the 7 of hearts is encouraging.
Back with you now, Andy. I just have to going through my piles of convention cards, but now I have found for both pairs.
Very good. Well, this one, Katz did find the heart switch at trick 2, as was expected, and this should be going down 1. I do know North-South play basically, I think pretty much a 2-over-1 card, and they use standard carding. It also, if it ever comes up, I think their one of a minor 2 diamond bid shows something like 5-5 in the majors and a 6-9 or 6-10 point high card points. So if we are supposed to believe the theme of the first 2 hands, stay away from 4 spades. It seems to keep going down.
For sure left is not in doubt what 2 suits his partner has. 12 cards in black opposite 10 cards in red, but all the high card points by north-south.
Sam must be wondering what's going on here. This is the second hand in 3 that he's had a 6-6 pattern.
Hi, folks. Can you hear me now?
Hi, Steve. Yes, can hear you loud and clear.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, it does better if you have a battery.
Details. So I can't think South is thinking of anything to bid with this hand, so it must be up to Sam here. And he's got a problem.
Yeah, he's been warned probably that his hand's not going to take as many tricks as it normally would. He's pretty aggressive by nature. He's probably trying to determine how quietly he wants to go on this.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. And if you saw the first board, 76, he started off with a 6-6 hand there. So that's also probably going to slow him down a little bit. So
North-south
2 spades just to play.
Two spades is non-forcing. Oh, sorry, that was cats and nickel. No information for east-west if 2 spades are forcing or non-forcing.
It's possible that Cats and Nickel will not find a way to get into the auction with 16 opposite 11. Cats has got a real problem. No spade stopper and no source of tricks, and his best suits suit that's been bid behind him.
And 12 imps for nickel on board 77. In 4 spades, the defense let a diamond, which set up. Diamond discards, then North took ace king of clubs and declared good claim.
It was interesting to me that he would lead a diamond in the room, except for the fact that they're apparently playing some type of a odd system, because North opened in hand 1 diamond, and so they may be playing a strong club system over there, and therefore Jacobus did not have any idea whether to lead a club or a diamond. Here at this table, they opened a club with the North hand, so club lead was much easier to find. Cat's still thinking about this hand, and I can understand why he's thinking about it. I have absolutely no idea what I would do at the table. I would probably start with a double and just see what happens. And I think for this event, 2 hearts by East could actually have spades also. It's 5-5. I think in other events where they don't allow it, 2 hearts is strictly hearts and a minor.
You are absolutely right, and
Now the best thing for North-South is to start doubling. We know Trump will probably make, especially by the North hand, but you definitely have a plus if you double any contract here.
I can't see a way to beat 3 notes of North-South. I can see how to make it, but not to beat it.
I agree, Peter. That's why I think you're more likely to take a plus here rather than try 3-0. I have no idea what South would have to bid in order to encourage it. Perhaps a 3-spade bid, I don't know. I have no idea. But also, here we got to remember that South is aware now that they probably have game values between the 2 hands.
But to be honest, I can also see a way to defeat it.
So they may land safely here. I have a feeling, though, South will double this.
Take a bet, Andy. A drink, a Coke, he will pass.
Make it a 7-up and you've got a deal.
That's okay.
Well, I do realize that they're 100 imps up, or pretty close to 100 imps up, and there's no reason to take any chances. Still, I think holding an ace, king, ace, and ace in the trump suit, and your partner has really doubled at the has really doubled here. I don't think doubling three spades is that risky. So this will be over pretty quickly. I think Sam learned his lesson from the prior two hands that four spades is just not a good contract, so he held it down to only three. At the other table, they did bid four spades, did get doubled. We're down two.
In the closed room, East passed, South open one diamond. I don't think we can blame West for bidding four spades now.
I think four spades is reasonable.
It shouldn't be so difficult for us to take as a diamond now and play club to his partner's S.
So the opening two hard bid did net them 6 cents, as it prevented it from getting too high and also prevented north-south from ever getting into the auction. My week two bids are never that good.
That surprised me. For me, it's absolutely normal two-spade opening.
Oh no, I agree. It's a two-spade opener. I just never get that good of a suit to bid.
Okay, that's your problem, but if you get that hand, I expect you also to bid open two spades. Can you see that?
Without a question.
Only a spade lead now can bring this contract home. On a diamond beat, the defense will take the first 8 tricks.
And the
East West
question is
did well
there any
to
reason?
not find the 9-card heart fit on this hand. It would not go well.
The only question here is there a reason for him to lead a diamond?
No, but a lot of reasons for not leading a spade.
That I agree with. But can you resist not playing a high spade here? Do you always know that partner's going to have a stiff spade in these auctions?
Same lead in closed room. And now there are only 8 tricks. Oh no.
That did not happen. That could not have happened. I think we need a rewind. Wow. Oh, wow. Well, East-West need more hands like that to get back into this match, but that is a remarkable play if it indeed it happened. And you see, Peter, I was right. Even Katz didn't believe that Nichols had that good of a spade suit.
But what did he believe? His partner opened, vulnerable, 2 spades. How to defeat this contract if partner don't have good spades? To top that diamond, he could read his partner's lead as a doubleton heart. In that case, there are a lot of tricks for the player.
I'm not sure how hard it was for him to read the heart lead. I would think that it was he could read it as a doubleton, but apparently not. They leave the 4th from interest, and I guess 2nd from no interest. But I don't think he could believe that South had 4 hearts in this auction. And here, 3 clubs is hard to describe. It looks like almost a mixed raise. It's not quite a limit raise. It's not quite preemptive.
I have the cards, but they must have been in a hurry when they filled it out, because no information about double raise on a minor opening, no information what they do after overcall, no information about forcing races, so it's a little bit sloppy. I think that's the nicest expression I can come about the Nickel-Katz system card.
Well, it'll force us to guess anyway. As I said, the 3 club bid here is kind of interesting. It's that it's kind of a nebulous 3 club bid. It's right in between being a limit raise and a preempt. So
most of the cards I have seen here in this tournament, they have been quite alright. Not as good as World Bid Federation cards, but still very okay. This card, it's the first time I see it. It's not as it should be. But by studying that card, I find one very important information. They use Gerber.
I didn't see one club alerted. I'm wondering if they do play it as short as 2. In the brief synopsis notes that we get for them, they show East-West play a 2-over-1 style, basically 5-card majors, but it doesn't mention anything being one club might be short.
Noticed that even though Kohler had a dead minimum for his opening bid and not a club fit, he still bid 3-no trump. I'm sure his thinking was that 3-no trump probably has just as good a chance to make as 3 clubs did, so he wanted to go ahead and get the game bonus for his bid.
That's a good point. I think they're also thinking, East-West have to be thinking that they somehow have to make up some ground this set. They've only got 30 more boards after this set to right now make up an 82 imp deficit. So although this is a marginal game at best, I think they felt they had to bid it. Just running out of tricks here. And this will be another big swing in favor of the nickel team.
In the closed room, a very friendly defense. 3 times diamond from South. Small spade king. South took his diamond trick, played hard to the S, and now North was squeezed in hearts and clubs.
And this table will declare not unreasonably went for the club split immediately. So after 6 boards, we've had 4 pretty big swings so far.
I expect East to pass now. Pass from South, and 4 spades from West. In my book, the double here would show extra values.
Well, I think even if East passed, I think that West would have made one more stab with a 4-heart bid here. And I think 4 hearts could only be construed as a cube in support of spades.
What to lead from the south hand?
It's about as good as any. A low heart would have been his best lead, but I doubt that anybody's going to find that. With the north supporting hearts, though, who knows? That might have been not have been all that bad of a lead. Again, they might have asked what the double of 3 hearts was at the table, so we don't know what that was. So now everything comes home on this one. And he'll be claiming make 5 in a second.
Okay, south hand is too strong for no trump opening.
Looks like a 2-note trump opener.
Sorry, I miscounted. I only got it to 18. Correct, it's 20. And a normal 2-no.
And North has one of those hands that we all love to have when partner opens up 2-0.
And as you can see, 2-no trump will be defeated on a hard lead if East-West takes care of their club stoppers. But for sure 3-no is a fair contact. What you need is hearts 4-4, or no, then you have 2 clubs, 2 hearts and a spade loser. You need a non-heart lead.
Yeah, I don't think 3-0 will make. The question is whether you can stay out of 3-0 once partner opens up 2-0.
You can't and you should.
Yeah, I think you'll probably bid 3 clubs, and once you don't find the fit, you just bid you bid 3-0 and keep your eyes closed and hope it makes.
Can you
So
tell
as
me
we
Andy,
suspected,
can you tell me why 3 diamond from south? Do they play a sort of Bern, showing 4 cards suit up the line, or what?
I think they play Smolin. So they need to bid 3 diamonds so partner can show whether he's 5-4 in the majors.
Okay, that's explained.
I like Gary's explanation of the 10 of hearts as provided by the view graph operator Maximo. As it turns out, whether he ducks this or not, it doesn't matter. They got off to the heart lead, and that's going to be the end of the story.
But still strange that he didn't duck. I very much like that the 10 promised a higher card. From 10-9, 5 times, I prefer to play the 9. In that case, East would be sure that his partner has the queen. It's more difficult if the 10 could be from 10-9 5 times, or 10-9 4 times. But for sure, when East is in doubt here, he is not sure that his partner has the queen of hearts. Now South is out of business. Will South come in with 2 hearts now? Yes. And even if when the hearts are 5-1, it's a very good contract.
Well, it does help to have your heart solid down to the 10 in that instance.
And now it's over.
So as expected, board 83 was also a push.
Yes, North was close to have a club opening and repeat 2 clubs. And we see again that the no trump opening on a 5-card major lead to not the best contract, which is 2 hearts, but with S-Queen of spade in North, he will survive. What about you, Andy? Are you in favor of opening 1-0 on a good 5-card major?
Yeah, my usual criteria is what's the support for the other major, but in this case, I think I'd favor 1 hard opener. I like how good the suit is, and also the fact that my outside controls are prime values. But I don't have objections to opening 5-card majors. As I said, my main criteria is Jack and 1 in spades is almost adequate. Quite too often your partner's going to transfer you to a bad 5-card suit, and you're going to have to play it there. So the question is whether you're going to play your jack on one opposite queen empty fifth, or you want to play your ace king fifth opposite jack third.
On this hand, Lev may have been a little nervous that he'd have to rebid a no trump over a spade response with a little bit more beef than Kohler would play him for.
Whatever you open in the west hand, all routes should lead to four hearts. I don't expect a three club opening by nickel. Some of the younger Americans could, non-vulnerable, find that bit, but for sure not nickel.
No, it loses a lot of its impetus in second seed. You're basically preempting your partner when you do that. In first seed, I think it has a little more merit. So North has an easy double here. Now I think you'll get nickels to bid five clubs if they get the four hearts here. So no trump usually shows a limit raise or better. Since he's a passed hand, it's a limit raise.
Over the double, I would prefer a splinter in three clubs.
They may not play splinter bids over by a passed hand. They may play fit jumps in that situation. Not sure. Even over double. So. And I think South is definitely looking at the possibility of hitting five clubs with this vulnerability. That does go down 500. And if they can find the spade rough, it goes 800, I guess. Yeah, the spade rough is going to be difficult. And after board 84, we see the EM total creeping up to that 100 mark again. Nickels up by 99. And now you're down to 36 boards. Good. The written comment by Sam Coyne is actually something that Collar might have considered, considering that he knows they're quite down in the match. So they might have looked for a possible slam here and swing.
As we can see, if North had made a tie, even 3 spades could have a problem. After club to the S, club off, heart to the S, and another club to spade 9 and spade S, then there are 5 losers. But often with spade jack and playing back spade 5 wasn't the best. Should have rocked low and played spade jack. I mean, it made it harder for the player. No opening in west, and north should have a natural 1 diamond opening. Some would then overcall 1 heart in east sand, or 1 diamond you can't double with only 4 black cards. So if you like to enter the bidding, the bid is 1 heart, even on a 4-card suit. Okay, that works also. And now West will probably transfer to spades. Diamond to the S, diamond off, club back, but there's a little danger. If the player is not careful with his spades, then he could lose 4 spade tricks plus the off. So, after a long time, and first when North was forced to play diamond, he gave his partner off. But I expect with careful play, you can always make for two spades. Two clubs was very pessimistic by East. Are you here, Steve?
Yeah, I suspect two clubs is Gazilli based on what I'm seeing now, and we just didn't get alert. I agree. Otherwise, it doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? In any event, they're in the normal contract.
Oh yes. And it's difficult to see what the defense can do against him. 4 spade tricks, 2 heart is 6, and 3 clubs is 9. And the defense have 2 diamonds, 1 heart, and 1 spade. And all what he has to do now is to dog a spade, which will bring his contact home with spades 4-3 or clubs 3-3. Or the jack of clubs fall. If he has 4 club tricks, he only needs the 3 club tricks in spades. In careful technical play, if the spades were 5-2, he didn't like to set up 2 spade tricks. Okay, we go for the last board in this segment. Still 2 segments to be played, but now there's a lunch break of almost 2 hours. 21:45 European time, and in US just add 1 hour and 50 minutes to the clock we have now. And down 100 with 30 boards to go. It's just about the limit where you like to play on. Don't you agree, Steve? It's close to the white flag.
Yeah, it's certainly getting there.
We have in the past, seen some remarkable comebacks, but these comebacks is normally made by the nickel team, not against the nickel team.
Yeah, they would need a combination of good luck and some pretty swingy boards to have any real chance. They might choose to play one more segment just to see if they can cut it down to under 50 or something like that.
North-South play with weak twos, but I've seldom seen them use these 2 bits.
Yeah, Nickel is very conservative. He likes to have a decent suit and good spots to make a weak 2-bit, especially vulnerable. I think we saw one earlier that didn't go very well, but he certainly had it bid. He had ace, king, jack, 10, 6.
It looks like the 2-spade bit from East was a way to show a constructive raise to 3 clubs. And now is 3 clubs. The 2.5 club loser. No heart loser. But you have to take care of your spades. And probably also need to find the queen of diamonds. So that'll be hard work for the Claire here. But it looks like he will only have 3 club losers and a spade loser. South can take the 10 of spades and switch to a club, but I don't think that will scare the Claire too much. Remember the hand 87, where the pinning our table was 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 spade, passed out. In the closed room, Mike Purcell took an absolute different view. Or his partner 2 spade, he jumped to 4 spade and was duly punished. Down 3 and another 9 imps to nickel.
Yeah, unfortunately for Purcell, after his partner had bid a diamond, I think he was hoping that the heart and diamond positions were reversed from the actual hand. His partner set up with no diamond cards and a lot of heart cards off as his singleton.
Oh yes, but in this sequence you don't have to guess. You should have a system where you could ask. A way could be that one diamond, one spade, two spades, now no trump ask about further information. But I know that even three spades is too high.
Yeah, the two-no is very popular in the United States to ask for the length of the spade support and the strength of the hand given the raise. They're playing precision, so I don't know exactly what their two-no trump bid means. All right, well, folks, I enjoyed it. Sorry it's a little quiet. I had the rare opportunity of being a commentator when I couldn't actually see the hands until after each one was played. I'll have to work on my BBO and see if we can't be a little more interactive here.
Okay, you use the web client?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
But thanks, Steve. I asked if you use the web client.
Oh yeah, I love the thing. I use it and I play on it all the time. This was on a problem that just cropped up this morning. I suspect my maintenance people put a new software that's not related to BBO on that's causing a problem with my mouse.
Okay, but thanks for your support. You know, Andy has to leave us because his dog was making so much noise that he has to go a trip in the park with the dog.
Okay, we'll see everybody tomorrow.
Yes, bye-bye, Stevie, and bye-bye, audience. You can come back in 1 hour and 3/4 for the 7th segment of these trials for Bermuda ball.